You know what's funny? Some of the most successful portrait photographers I know aren't the most technically skilled. Meanwhile, there are photographers out there with incredible talent who are struggling to pay their bills. So what's the difference? Why can someone with average to pretty good photography skills out-earn someone who's technically excellent? Today, I'm going to challenge everything you believe about what it takes to build a profitable portrait photography business. Because here's the truth. The driver of income isn't your photography skills. Stay with me because this might make you uncomfortable, but it could also completely change your business. By the way, if you're new to my channel, my name is Sarah Petty. For over 2 decades, I've helped portrait photographers build 6-figure family-first businesses. And listen, one of the biggest myths holding photographers back is this belief that you have to be the best photographer around before you can charge premium prices. Let's talk about the real driver of income, because here's what I want you to understand. People already have tons of digital images. Seriously, let's face it. Today's phone cameras are capturing amazing images. Everyone's camera roll is full of beautiful moments. Yet most people still have no beautiful photography hanging on their walls. So think about this. If you're photographing and offering digital files, you're competing with their iPhone. You're just another person gushing out all of these digital files and saving these moments that they'll never print. But when you offer large wall art, big, beautiful printed pieces that transform their home when they walk in, you're solving a completely different problem. So if it's not about the quality of your photography, what's the real driver of income in this business? Friend, I really want you to hear this because it's so simple, and yet so many people don't do it. It's literally holding people's hands through the entire process so they aren't afraid to make the decision and commit to hanging a large piece of art on their wall and making that large investment. Think about it. Your clients aren't struggling because they don't have good photos. They're struggling because when they hire a professional photographer, they get decision fatigue and they're afraid of making a mistake. Therefore, all of those beautiful images are living on a hard drive or on a phone. It's the same reason people are afraid to decorate their houses. Fear of making the wrong choice. What size should I order? What walls should it go on? Should it be framed or not framed? It's overwhelming. And you might be afraid to hold their hand while doing this because you don't see yourself as an expert here. But the good news is that those skills can be learned, and you owe it to your clients to learn those skills. Because when you have a smooth system, a smooth workflow that guides them confidently through every single decision, you remove that fear and you remove your insecurities. You become invaluable, not because you're the most talented photographer in town, but because you make the entire experience easy and enjoyable for them. A great system will always win over talent alone. Always. So what do you think it is that's actually holding photographers back from charging premium prices? Is it the fear that we aren't good enough or we don't know enough? I hear this all the time. Photographers spending months, sometimes years, taking another course, buying another lens, practicing their editing, convincing themselves that they need to get better before they can raise their prices. But here's what I've learned. Confidence comes from doing, not from learning to do. You can't read about learning how to ride a bike. You got to get on the bike. So where does this belief come from then that you have to get better before you deserve to charge premium prices? Well, for one thing, if you understand where profit actually comes from, then you'll see that you have to charge a certain amount just to be profitable. It's math, my friend. It's not ego. And here's the thing. When you have a better system, photography aside, the client automatically elevates you in their mind because you know how to walk them down the path. You become the expert guide regardless of how long you've been a photographer. Want to know a secret? I was super insecure about my work when I started because I wasn't a trained photographer. I had this little studio, but I didn't really know how to use it. The lab owner next door would come over and set up my camera and my settings for me. And this was back in the film days. So I would literally hope and pray that things would turn out. And listen, have I screwed up? Yeah. One time I got great at serving my clients before I was great at photography, and we had just gone to digital and I way underexposed files, but they were good enough to scan and show the client. So I got a $5,600 order, but the lab kept sending them back and they were so dark. And I had to give back $5,600 gone. Talk about getting motivated. I told myself that is never going to happen again. And I dug in and I got the skills, but at least I was moving forward and I was way ahead of where I would have been if I would have just stayed and played small. And also I didn't stop and say, oh, this is a sign I shouldn't do it. I guess I'm not cut out for this. I kept going. I thought, oh, that didn't feel good. I know that I need to get systems. I need to learn. I need to build systems. And while I got better at the business side, I also improved my technical skills along the way. You've got to be motivated to get better. And if we don't have some skin in the game, it's too easy to just coast. And if I would have waited until I was really feeling good enough, I never would have started. So what does good enough actually look like in a profitable portrait business? When do you know you're ready to sell as a premium photographer? Well, here's my answer. And really, it's probably more simple than you think. If you can properly expose an image and you have at least someone in your life who's already gushed on your images, you're ready. Period. I work with photographers who have been stuck for many years waiting to feel ready. Meanwhile, brand new photographers who are willing to roll up their sleeves, learn a system, get out there, apply, try, fail, come back, look at this system and keep getting better. They're out there building profitable businesses. All you need to do is decide. And listen, you can work on your photography skills as you work on your business. These things aren't mutually exclusive, and they will get better. Think about a chef who's opening a restaurant. Maybe he doesn't feel like it's the perfect menu yet. Through making all of the decisions he needs to get that business open and to launch, he has to pick a menu and get going. He can make an improvement. So he's serving customers, getting feedback, refining, all while building a profitable restaurant. And you can do the same thing. By the way, if you're finding this helpful, be sure to subscribe to my free weekly newsletter where I share little bite-sized strategies just like this to keep you out of your own way, my friend. Now listen, if clients aren't hiring you based on your technical skills, why are they hiring you? They're hiring you because of the outcome of what you're offering them. When I talk to potential clients, I'm not talking about aperture or lighting ratios. I'm talking about what it feels like to walk into their home and see a large piece of artwork of the people and the pets that they love. I talk about how it gives them happiness every single day, how it has impact in their house and brings all of their decorating together, how they could hang art that's a picture of tulips that they bought at the art fair that means nothing to them. This is emotional. This is about creating something meaningful for their home and for their family. So when you can paint that picture, when you can help them see that outcome and feel what they're going to feel when it's hanging in their home, your technical skills, yes, they're still important, but they become secondary. What matters is that you can deliver on that promise and guide them to a decision they'll love. So here's what this actually looks like in practice. A business and strategy first photographer is spending their day planning to be productive in 3 areas: marketing, photographing, and selling. Everything else is busy work and can be outsourced. Meanwhile, the craft-obsessed photographer is spending hours watching YouTube University tutorials on editing, retouching, researching new equipment, comparing themselves to other photographers online. The reality is, my friend, none of that is making them money. And look, I love the craft. I appreciate beautiful photography, but if you want to build a profitable business, you got to think like a business owner first and an artist second. Marketing brings in clients, photographing creates the product that you're selling, and selling generates revenue. Focus your energy there and you'll see your income grow regardless of whether you're the most technically skilled photographer in your market. My friend, stop waiting to feel ready. Stop obsessing over every little detail and stop comparing yourself to photographers who've been doing this for years and years and years. Decide that you're ready now and start building the business and the life that you deserve. And friend, if you want help creating that system, there's no better time than right now. I want you to have a system that allows you to charge more and guide your clients confidently through their entire experience. So book a call with my team and we'll walk you through where you are and how to get where you want to go. Now get out there and start thinking like a business owner.